Hello my lovelies, Rob here from Kickback Garage. Me and Shrek, we are on our way to the classic scooter run in Oslo. 400 kilometers to go. Whoop whoop. Something you're interested in? Grab yourself a coffee and I'll see you after the intro. So I am on the Series 1 TS1. Sebastian was supposed to be riding this, but only after 20 kilometers after he left our house, he got spooked out about something. Not sure what he's done. Dropped a gear. He was so sure that he'd seized it, but she fired up no problem. I think the problem is, if you don't know what a seize is, you don't know what a seize is. So we've swapped scooters, and I'm going to do the first leg, which is 100 kilometers. The front on this is a bit bouncy compared to mine. Yeah, it's still on my tail. Yeah, so we had to stop, panel off. I suppose you could call it a breakdown, but I couldn't find anything wrong with it. So we're on our way, and that's a good thing. And if this gets me up to Omley, which is our first port of call, we're just going to be taking small back roads like this. We may just swap. He wanted this loud exhaust. Maybe when I come to Omley I can buy some earplugs, because this thing, I'm gonna have like disco ears after a whole day riding this thing. Right, so what I thought I'd do is turn the camera on some interesting spots. Right, I've sent Shrek out in front because he's got the GPS and I've already taken a wrong turn. I actually had the same, now I know what's wrong with this scooter, because I've had the same issue when I've ridden it now, so I know what's happening. And what's happening is this fucker is jumping out. It jumps out at 5th gear at random times. I'm running in 5th at the moment. I think it's when it's under full power. So what I reckon I'll do with this scooter, if it gets me to the rallying back, what I think I want to do is, I think I just want to fit one of those Casa Performance 4-speed close ratios. These roads are great and not a car to be seen. Really looking forward to this rally. There's a couple of English lads that are joining us. They had a Scandinavian tour. I think there were like 25 of them. 2 of them jumped off, and they were right past Lillehammer yesterday. So that's going to be nice to meet up with those. See what they think about Norway. But I've been looking at their photos. I think a lot of us have been, and I think there's going to be some articles coming in the scooter mags about their trip. And the most amazing thing is, I reckon, it's not the actual roads themselves. It's just the fact that there's so little traffic on the roads that are good for scooters and motorbikes, because all their photos, they like sort of parked up in the middle of the road without a car in sight. This road here is absolutely ace. It runs well, this scooter. Shame about the gearbox jumping out of gear, and I understand why I thought he'd seized it, because it makes a hell of a clunk when it jumps out. I just have to be a bit careful with it in like on these roads it's alright, I can just keep it in fourth. I'm jumping a bit back and forth here, but the reason why I think I'd go for the Casa Performance 4-speed gearbox, I can't afford a new 5-speed. The reason why I want to go for that is I don't have to change my primary gearing, so it's just fit and forget, I suppose. That's something for the winter. Something for the winter. Brakes are alright on this, actually. The front end dances a little bit. It's not as bad as it was, but it just can't quite. This is so much fun. It just can't quite keep up with these bumps in the road, as well as the rear shock. Anyway, it was something like, I think, 20 kilometers to our next stop, and that's really good because I really need to have a wee. It's just so good. Look at this. It's completely different ride that Sebastian has on, but I can still see him. Oh, it's still some massive judders. Oh, yeah. I mean, up to now we've had about 70 kilometers of this. Can't really complain. And the only thing we've met is a couple of motorbikes. Oh, there's a car in front of us. Speak of the devil. Anyway, let's get some petrol. We'll find out how far we've got on the tank. This is actually the longest leg of the trip. I just wanted to get that out the way and get us on our way. And after this petrol stop, I think it's only about 80 kilometers to stop number 2 or thereabouts, 90 maybe. This is 100 plus. Oh, it's so bumpy, man. These roads are amazing, by the way. My lovelies. Right, that's us tanked up, had a bite to eat. Should be ready to go. Funny thing was, they come a whole bunch of what are you doing? Hæ? Ja, nei, men det vibrerer så mye at det er ikke så farlig. I noticed that my the screw on my bracket for my ignition had fallen off, vibrated away. So I moved the wires. I'll throw up a picture. I moved the wires, and we've done 120 k's, and now it's another, I think, 90 before the next stop. And it looks like I'm stuck on this scooter. Can't use 5th gear. Doesn't really matter. It revs quite high, so sitting about 6,000 revs, about 100 kilometers an hour is fine. It's just that he has to go in the front, because is the GPS man. GPS man, do my show first. Right, this next stretch of road is quite boring, so I'll wait until we get to Telemark with the big twisties. Oh, Jesus! Oh, blast of those things. I have to get back up to speed, tricky boy. We're actually making good progress at the moment. I've been sitting at between 100 and 110 kilometers an hour. So this middle stint should go pretty quick. But as you can see in the front of us here, we're going to ride over some mountains soon. A couple of mountain passes which are really quite spectacular. Ooh, we're on a bit of new road goodness here. This used to be the bumpiest road I've ever ridden on, I think. And now it's super smooth. Quite a lot of gravel on here, so I reckon they've just finished. I reckon this helps us make up a bit of time, this does. I'm trying to give you a clear view of the big lake. Not that easy. Because of the trees, lad. The trees. Here you go. Oh yes. Ooh. Oh, and now we're back on the bumpy bit. Never mind. We're going over, just going over a mountain pass. And now it's time for some steep hairpin action. We've just been stuck behind camping, what they call mobile? What the hell is that in English? Camping wagon. Not a camping wagon. Not like a trailer. You know, the mobile home. Mobile home. That'll do. Oh, my bum is really sore. This seat, not as good as the Pegasus. Whee! They're so cool, these roads. I've actually ridden over these on an original Vespa GS 160 Mark 1. I tell you, that was a bit of a haul. Front brakes on the old Vespas are terrible. Definitely anti-dive. And Sebastian has been saying he really loves my scooter. I understand why. This is a bit more of a handful to ride, and I built it like this because he wanted it that way, and now because we haven't got fifth gear, he wants me to ride this one. So I'm the one that has to struggle. That would be a nice stop. I think he was wondering if he was going to stop there, and the answer should have really been yes, because we've got loads of time really. I think it's I was looking at the signage. I think it's about, they're tight, these, and there's lots of them. What was the same? Multitasking, riding and there you go, perfect example. Yeah, it's about 15 kilometers to the next petrol stop. I think our petrol station is off on the left here somewhere. Check out the proper mountains with snow on. Ooh, that's fancy. Get ourselves some grub. That's 230 kilometers done, I think. Where's the petrol station gone? That's just a truck stop. That used to be a petrol station. For it, at least. and getting into a slightly bigger town here called Seljo. And Seljo is famous because they have their equivalent of the Loch Ness Monster in the lake. Fun facts for you, fun facts. Hey up my lovelies, we're in a big tunnel. And it is lasting forever. Don't want to break down in here, that's for sure. More tunnels, and now that we're getting closer to the capital, the road's getting bigger. This is a bona fide motorway, I reckon. I definitely would have had it a lot easier if I had fifth gear. Having a bit of problems with directions on the B line because we've just gone through some really long tunnels, and it seems to be really confused when you come out the other side, and it was stressing Shrek out big time, so I stuck him on my rear wheel, and hopefully I hit the correct junction, because it's full of like ring roads and stuff like that in Oslo. It's a proper nightmare. We filled up petrol for the ride out tomorrow. We're circling our way up to the top of this hill, which is called Holmenkollen, where the big ski jump is. That is where the rally is. Jeg må bare parkere. Jeg kommer.
Alle sammen ventet på et tegn. Skyen skygget over og markerte det med regn. Alle sprang i lag og ville komme under tak. Ingen av oss merket at du hadde falt ifra. Hvorfor valgte du å dra? Hvem i faen kunne se den komme? Da høsten tok over sa vi ha det bra til av sommeren. Du lovde at du snart skulle returnere. Tok jeg ikke opp for cirka 6 år senere. Kan kalle det et fall fra tro. Hadde kapp på krone, men du mistet de godene. Skulle gnisse som Jona, og du dissa ikona. Men du visste for moden om at du spiser de ordene. Du vet historien om suksess. Hva det du tror skjer når kongedømmer oversvømmer? Så du ser Historien blir repetert, du var majestet. Men ingen kan vel herske vi. Hvor du nå? Majesteten. Hvor du nå? Majesteten. Kanskje aldri skjønner hvor